Nothing like some good lemonade on a summer day, right? Well, welcome back to M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers Podcast. I'm Jamie, the dyer behind m1yarns.com. And if you're a new viewer here, welcome. This is a mostly knitting, yarn dyeing, crafty, randomness podcast. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So this is episode, 37, I want to say. And this is a special episode because we have winners for the last Makealong giveaway the Makealong. The people who entered the Makealong who won prizes. There we have it. I can't talk today. And then I will be announcing a brand new Makealong that will be pretty exciting. And so stay tuned throughout the episode for details on that. It was really great seeing everyone's tees and tanks for this Makealong. If you're not familiar, it was the hashtag teeoffspringmal. And you could knit or crochet any tee or tank. You just couldn't have long sleeves. And there was a hashtag, obviously, for posting on social media. And as always, there was a Ravelry forum for people who aren't on social media so that they could post. So, let's see. Where should we begin? Oh, let's start by discussing what I'm wearing. So I wore this exact outfit recently for date night with my husband. I got so many compliments. I don't know if I was just feeling the, vibrant summer colors or what. But so let me give you kind of a little. So I've got this like maxi skirt in this beautiful coral that I love. I've had this shirt with these dolman sleeves for ages. And it was only recently that I realized I really like it styled like open with a knot in the front with a cute tank underneath. And this is which one is it? Ripple. This is Jesssie Mae's DK bralette tank, whatever. And this is my Tunisian Desert colorway. I knit this like early on in COVID. I knit the Ripple butt shorts to match this. Love, love, love Jesssie Mae patterns. As I say, probably every episode. Anyway, so the colorway has kind of, I hope you're seeing it, shades of gold and orange and pinks and reds and browns. And so I thought, the skirt and the top and everything is just really fun. And I paired it with this fun necklace and just went wild. So that's what I'm wearing today. I could probably knit this top. In fact, I am considering knitting this top again, despite the fact that I have so many projects. But I could knit it in like a week. So that doesn't really count. It's like I wouldn't be ignoring my other projects. But anyway, let's talk about whips real quick before we talk about the winners. So last episode, I did talk about the newest Jesssie Mae pattern, which I had to cast on the day the pattern came out. And that is the Ripple Halter. And I am this far on it, which equates to, I don't know, it covers my boobs. It's kind of like a few inches down from my armpit. I'm not there yet. I have about, at least, I would say 3 more inches to go. Let me show you. But I'll probably make it a little longer, so I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 inches to go. And this was a colorway I dyed exclusively for Wool and Honey, the yarn shop in Cedar, Michigan. And the pattern I love. Like, I really hate purling, but I don't mind ribbing if it's a Jesssie Maed pattern. But I will say I kind of stalled out. I don't know if it was just my personal brain space or what, but I kind of got overwhelmed. When you get down here, you start doing this like shaping in the ribbing, and I got a little confused as to where there should be knits and where there should be purls, and I really just needed some simple knitting, so I had to set it aside for a minute. It'll be done. It'll be done really soon, and I really can't wait. I'm loving it. I just needed a break. So that's that. Highly recommend any Jesssie Maed pattern. Let's see. Did I tell you about my new cast on? I don't think I had cast this on last time. I am making pants. These are the... No, I talked about this last time. Anyway, these are the Ombré All Day Pants by Lauren Riker. And I'm using yarn left over from my 9 to 5 bodysuit, plus an additional skein of Life in the Long Grass. And this is the waistband so far. So I'm going to be inserting elastic. That's why I left a little, you can't really see it, but I left 5 stitches open when you fold it over. Let's see. Yeah. You fold it over and so it's knit double. Anyway, so now I'm about to start some short row shaping for the kind of upper back side, and then it's going to be striped. So it is cruising right along, but it's pants, and it's worsted weight. I mean, it's worsted weight, but I'm holding fingering weight doubled. So in my mind, it feels, I don't know, it feels like it's going to take forever, but it probably won't. Anyway, the last project I want to tell you about is my Metamorphic by Andrea Mowry. And this I'm knitting with my own hand dyed in the colorway Denim. And this is yarn I purchased from Cece's Wool. It is Feederbrook Farm. Their Entropy DK base. And this is the colorway Theta. And if you're not familiar with this pattern, it's like an every other row situation. So I had cast it on and then basically set it to the side. Now I've picked it up and I'm cruising again, which is always a good feeling. So I know I'm not gonna be able to wear this sweater until probably September, given that it's like, you know, wool, long sleeves, but whatever. It's the prep work. So let's dig into the good stuff when it comes to these Makealongs. So Tee Off Spring Makealong ran from March to June 21st. It kicked off the first day of spring and it ended the first day of summer. And the object was to knit or crochet tees or tanks. And you guys made some awesome tees and tanks. I loved seeing everybody's posts. In fact, something really interesting on the Ravelry forum, a Ravelry user by the name of OpheliaBells posted a list of tees, pattern recommendations, and so I thought that was really cool. So you might want to go check out the M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers forum on Ravelry. So I decided to make it pretty fair, or more fair, to pick one winner from Instagram and one winner from the Ravelry forum posts, so that each forum would have representation. So I'm going to announce the winners right now, and with each winner's username on each forum, I'm going to insert one of their photos from their posts so you can admire their makes and congratulate them. So from Instagram, DJung253, here is her make. Gorgeous. And on Ravelry, LMECOLL, here is her make. So if each of you would email me at m1yarnsinfo@gmail.com, all I need is your mailing address. I don't need anything else. I won't ask for your bank information, credit card, none of that. This is not solicitation. I just want to mail you your prizes. So thank you all for entering the Makealong. This was really fun. And so like right away, as I saw the deadline nearing, I thought, we need another Makealong. As it so happens, when I was in northern Michigan recently for a fiber festival, I had dinner with my good friend Claudia, and we were chit-chatting about knitting, and we were both kind of commiserating about how we have long wanted to steek a sweater, and I prefer to knit in the round. I hate purling. I want a cardigan, but I don't want to do, you know, the knitting flat. So the obvious answer is to knit a pattern in the round and steek it. And if you're not familiar with steeking, that means literally cutting your knitting. Generally speaking, let's say you knit a top-down raglan pattern. A lot of the time it's color work, but not always. You would typically have like a handful of extra stitches running in a column right down the center, and you would reinforce that. There's lots of different ways. You can machine stitch, you can do a crochet edge, there's a lot of different ways, and then you literally cut those stitches, and now it's an open cardigan. So we were saying, oh yeah, we should both do this and have like a little mini make-along. Well, the more we talked about it, the more we thought, instead of a mini make-along, let's do a full-blown make-along. Let's have Zooms supporting everybody who, you know, is steeking, and let's get everyone in on the action, because if we're afraid of cutting our knitting, others must be too. And so this should be the year that we all finally conquer our fear of cutting our yarn. So I thought about it, and I think this episode is going to air around July 1st. So I'm going to say the Makealong kicks off right now. And it will run through the end of 2022. And we will call it the M1 Steekalong. And here's the hashtag. And here are the things. Here's the details. You can knit or crochet any pattern, post to Instagram, or I will create another thread on the Ravelry forum for this Makealong, just like last time. And so post your project photos and your finished object photos. We want to see that steek. And we're going to cheer each other along. I'm going to try to provide a lot of resources for people who have never done it before, including myself. And to get us started, I've kind of made a little bit of some goals to help myself, really. So I found a free pattern on Ravelry. It is called Steek This Coffee Cozy. It's free. It's a coffee cozy. It's made with, you know, if you've got scraps, if you mess up the color work or you have a combination of DK and worsted and whatever, it really doesn't matter. This is just basically, the object is to knit something in the round that you will then practice cutting the steek. And so I thought, if we kick off the Makealong by making this, if you want, and we will make the coffee cozy, let's say by October 1st, for a chance to win a prize for that. And then the goal will be to make and steek your sweater by the end of December of 2022. And post your photo using the hashtag or to the Ravelry forum for a chance to win a prize. So I will try to have some resources on my Instagram if you're interested. And if you have any, you know, tips or tricks or resources that you've used in steeking before that you'd like others to, you know, to take a look at, please feel free to comment below. That would be awesome. I'm really excited about this. I myself am considering 2 patterns. And eventually I want to make both. So it's really a matter of which comes first. So the first pattern I'm considering for this Makealong is the Stone Crop Cardi by Andrea Mowry. I love the texture. I love everything about it. And then the second pattern is also an Andrea Mowry pattern. It's the Spark Cardigan. So, there are a lot of patterns out there, and if you're not sure what to knit or crochet that would qualify for a steeking project, here's what I personally did in my search for options. I went on Ravelry, and if you click on patterns and then you click on so I use all the filters on the left. I like to narrow it down by age, adult, craft. Like for me, I wanted knitting. Then I went to construction and I checked off top down, seamless, and then steek. So, oh, and then under category, cardigan, under clothing. So that narrowed it down to actually a pretty surprisingly limited selection. But I have seen, if you are very willing to try this, I've seen a lot of makers take a raglan seamless pullover pattern and then just incorporate extra stitches in the design, and those become like your dummy stitches. So that's an option too. Anyway, there's a lot out there to be learned, and I'm really excited for another Makealong. So I hope you will join me. Let me know your thoughts. And we will finish the year out with a new skill under our belt. What do they say? In our tool belt? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.